Okay, so now we're talking about the timeline. So this person has been hired by an Air Force Reserve unit to fly tankers, is waiting to get shipped off to training. And we know the training pipeline's about 2 years, and then they have 2 years of seasoning full-time orders when they get back to the squadron. So during those 4 years, he's guessing about 600 to 800 hours of flying time. He already has about 250. It goes on to say, what is my best option in getting the most amount of flying time and getting to the majors faster? He says that a lot of lieutenants either stay in the unit and fly or go to like a regional, also doing part-time work after you've done your full-time work with the unit. So I'm going to break that down a little bit more. They recently made the change to where when you come back from training, you do get 2 years of full-time orders. That used to be as little as 90 to 120 days. So that's good news, right? You're going to get back to the squadron, you're going to get mission qualified, and you're going to go out and start building flying time quickly. In that time, in those 2 years, your goal should be to become an aircraft commander at the end of your 2-year tour, if not sooner, as quickly as possible. And that's based on flying time, experience, and recommendations from your squadron. So why do you need the pilot in command? Because you need that PIC time. And we talked about that in an earlier video, but the pilot in command time is what will also help in getting a major slot. So this is what I did, and things have changed and would change what I would have done had I tried to be in your situation today. So when I went through, I got through my seasoning orders, and I was like, well, what do I do? Do I go get an airline job because I really need to fly? There wasn't a full-time position in my squadron, so I didn't really have anything to lean back on. It was just part-time work. And I thought, well, okay, so I need to make a paycheck. I was still going to fly in the unit, so I went and I applied to a regional. I went through the interview process. I got hired, but I just couldn't make the finances work at the time. I had a wife and a kid, one on the way, and commuting, crash pad, living in another, all for, I think it was like $41 an hour. I just couldn't make that work. So I stayed in the squadron and I worked full time. I was able to get a full-time position. So I made the paycheck on the military side, but then I flew my butt off on the military side. I went on missions, at least one mission a month, and then flying locals as much as I could. So I built my flying time. I skipped the regionals altogether, and I made a better paycheck as a lieutenant doing that. Now, the things that have changed. The regional pay has skyrocketed in the last few years. And so now I think if I went back, that decision would be a lot harder in terms of can I financially make this? So the thing with the squadron jobs is sometimes they're highly desired and sometimes there's a lot of openings, and it's typically coincides with the airline cycle. So when they put everybody on leave during COVID, obviously everybody flocked back to the military and was like, I need money, I need a job. When the airlines are hiring, those jobs are open because people are flocking out of the squadron and trying to get those jobs. Right now, I bet those jobs are all full because the lieutenants and captains who are hoping to jump to the airlines aren't getting hired right now, so they're sitting tight in the squadron. So what would I do? It is dependent on your situation. I think the PIC time is more important, and I think you would be able to get there quicker in your unit after those 2 years of seasoning. So I would focus on the pilot and command time in the tanker unit, build as much of that as possible. I still think, though, that if you can skip the regionals altogether like I did, just to maintain a little bit better quality of life rather than, and I don't know the situation, like if you have to commute for a regional and do all that stuff, it may not still be worth it. I obviously, talk to your fellow lieutenants in the squadron, see what they're doing, where you're going. Maybe you're in a regional base, and so it's super easy. There's no open jobs in the squadron, so yeah, you know, that would be a good one to do. You're still going to fly in the squadron as well. You're still going to go on the missions, but if you need to make the paycheck, the regional pay has gotten a whole lot better. So I hope that helps. That was a great question. Thanks for asking it, and I hope you have a great day.